We all know Northeast Florida is an amazing place to live, but let's be honest, most of us aren't that familiar with all the unique communities the region has to offer. Well, that's about to change. We're Brady and Alyssa Hammond, and our family is one of the top producing teams in the area when it comes to selling real estate. Join us as we dive into one of the hottest markets in the country and tour the premier communities, amenities, and properties that make Northeast Florida such a desired destination. Today on Property Tours, we're exploring Nocatee. Nocatee is a master planned community located about 30 miles to the southeast of Jacksonville, just to the west of Ponte Vedra Beach. Nocatee was developed by the Park Group, which broke ground on the project back in 2005. As part of the project, the Park Group donated a large amount of land to both St. Johns and Duval counties, which included land for county facilities such as schools and fire stations, as well as the Nocatee Preserve, a 2,400-acre conservation area to be used only as a park for passive recreation. Nocatee has won numerous awards over the years, including the Best Place to Live in Florida by Newsweek magazine, and is well known for its world-class amenities, including its splash and spray water parks, walking trails, sports courts, playgrounds, and much more. The community promotes the Nocatee lifestyle, which includes a focus on nature, fitness, and of course, plenty of golf carts. To give an insider perspective as to what it's like to live in Nocatee, we're going to be meeting two local families who have graciously invited us into their homes. The Hamlet family, who own this predominantly rebuilt and recently renovated home within the popular town center community, and the Kayer family, who own this beautiful 5,100 square foot property in the gated neighborhood of Coastal Oaks. Now it's time to take an in-depth look at life in Nocatee on Property Tours of Northeast Florida.
We're here poolside today at one of Nocatee's water parks, just a short distance from Nocatee Town Center.
Nocatee actually has two water parks, Splash, where we are now, and the newer one, Spray, which has several really large slides, a huge spray playground, multiple pools, and was actually designed by the same designer who did Universal Studios' Volcano Bay.
And Splash had a zip line, several pools, a lazy river, and a couple exciting water slides.
Just how exciting we talking?
Pretty exciting.
I think it's time I get my slide on.
Nocatee Town Center is a community of neighborhoods making up the epicenter of Nocatee residential life. Known for its close proximity to Nocatee's flagship amenity center, primary shopping district, as well as its close-knit community environment, Nocatee Town Center boasts many benefits to its residents. The properties here range in size from 1,200 square feet up to around 3,500 square feet and are mostly single-family homes with a mix of townhomes sprinkled in as well. The Hamlets have owned this 3,000 square foot, two-story property since 2018. The home includes 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a spacious open floor plan, and a screened-in backyard with a pool, summer kitchen, and more. Though used as their primary residence for most of their ownership, the Hamlets do have an interesting story that caused them to take an extended hiatus from the property. Steve and Nancy, thanks so much for having us here today. We are very excited to check out your beautiful house.
Thanks for coming.
First question, tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you guys to Northeast Florida.
Well, we were living in Atlanta. I owned my own business, and Nancy was a CMO of a huge company, so we worked a lot. And it was the day before I was going to sign a lease on a new brew pub, and she looked at me and said, "What are we doing? You know, we work way too much. Let's sell everything and move." I said, "Okay." She looked up best school districts, and also her parents wanted to live in a Del Webb community. So all of us loaded up in a minivan, started touring areas, and we came here to Nocatee, and that was it. We were sold.
Wow, that's impressive. And I know the school district is a big draw for a lot of people for Nocatee, but I know your daughter goes to a unique school in Jacksonville, actually. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
She does. She goes to Douglas Anderson School of the Arts, and it's a specialty audition-only school filled with artists ranging from creative writers to dancers to orchestra, classical piano and guitar, fine arts, and really anything in the art realm. And it's a special school. It's worth the commute to take her up there and let her thrive in that environment.
You know, you've never been that impressed with my artistic skills. Do you think they could help me if I enrolled?
Yes, you want to go back to high school?
If it could help me be more artistic.
Anyways, so what drew you guys to this house initially?
We actually bought in a different location and decided that we didn't want to wait for the building. And we remembered this house and we liked the finishes so much that we thought, well, even if we live there for a few years and have to move, it's still worth it. So we bought this house remotely, and we didn't even remember the full layout of the house.
And what we found is this is the right size home for us. You know, we use every room in this house, and really being in town center of Nocatee is someplace we'd never move out of now. So we've got a playground right across the street that the kids go and play in. We have a golf cart that allows us to go to Publix in 45 seconds. And you're really in the heart of everything. And so it worked out to our advantage, just the fact that we happened to fall into this house.
So what else about Nocatee specifically are you guys all about?
You know, it's more than the golf carts. It's the mentality of the neighbors. It seems like we all moved down here seeking the same similar lifestyle. And so, we know all of our neighbors. They're out and about. It's a very active lifestyle. Of course, the water parks and the amenities add into it. We have monthly farmers markets. We have comedy shows that come to Nocatee. We have large-scale events and concerts. And so you have all of this without ever having to leave the bubble, as we call it, of Nocatee.
Well, I know you guys relied on your neighbors in this next instance that we're going to talk about. I know there was a little bit of a unique situation that came up with the home. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened and kind of the story behind it?
We went on a vacation to South Florida, and everything was going great. And then we got a phone call, FaceTime video of our house was on fire. Unfortunately, the golf cart in the garage had caught on fire, and we watched it literally burn, total loss. And we got immediately into the car and drove back in 4 hours.
Wow, that had to be I can't even imagine what my reaction would be. You guys just must have had your jaws open, I'm guessing, when you first saw that.
Well, for us, we thought about it after the fact, and we consider ourselves fortunate because we were on vacation, we had a week's worth of clothes, we had our driver's licenses, military ID. You know how hard it is to get a military ID when you cannot get on base to get a military ID? And that's our healthcare is tied to that. So all these things, we had our cars, we had our cell phones. The people that run out in the middle of the night, you don't have any of that stuff. We also had a long car ride to talk to our daughters about what's going on, what happened, process it all. By the time we got here, by the time we drove up, we had friends already ready to take one daughter, and they kept her for like a week while we were sorting through things. And then we had our in-laws, they took the other daughter, and even the neighbors shooed away the local media because they were hanging out waiting for that, the shock and awe on our face. No, our neighbors escorted them to their car to remove them so that just didn't happen here.
When we pulled up for this interview and a bunch of neighbors were like, "Get out of here." So that explains that.
Yeah.
So what all have you had to do to kind of rebuild, and have you added anything more to it that wasn't there before?
This is actually considered a new home. When we got our certificate of occupancy, this is considered a 2023 home. So it's everything, wiring, plumbing, sewer, drywall, everything is brand new.
I know one of your daughters got a little bit of an upgrade on her bedroom upstairs. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It was, as we were driving back with the girls, we were trying to put a positive spin on the fire, and we said, well, now you girls get to design your room however you want to. And our older daughter had been a trooper since moving here. She had been living in the much smaller bedroom than her younger sister. And that got our wheels going, is saying, you know what, we have a blank slate, we have an opportunity maybe we can build another bedroom and, give our older daughter, a bedroom that's, really fun and exciting and new. And so we put on a front porch and an upper deck and a bedroom, and now it's completed. Our daughter has a fabulous bedroom.
Yes, with her own balcony and everything.
You got to watch out for that balcony, because as she gets older, there could be boys come calling. We started dating. Alyssa would come sing songs to me, and I was like, okay, who is this woman? And I look out, there she is. So you just be careful with that. So
Right.
When we go up there, you'll see the motion sensor cameras right on the corner of the balcony. Yes, they're there.
Security armed. Yes. All
Dad's planning ahead. I like this.
That's very good. Well, some other things that are very interesting about this house, and I'm sure your daughters would agree with me. I mean, the backyard you guys have. I mean, tell us a little about how what the backyard set up. I know you got some interesting plants and even a garden, not to mention. I mean, a lot of things cool going on back there.
I mean, from Atlanta, huge backyards. Huge backyards. And that was something we were very nervous about when we were coming here. But when we looked at this house, they had a wall of bamboo and you couldn't see the neighbors at all. It's been trimmed down a little bit, but it's growing back now. And other than that, we want to use every inch of the backyard. My youngest had a interest in gardening, so we put in some planter boxes, and then I like to cook outside, so built a little outdoor kitchen, and we just want to utilize every inch, since it's a little smaller than it was in Atlanta.
Yeah, and a pool, obviously.
Yeah,
Nice.
we get a lot of use out of that pool year-round.
So let's talk about the storage in the house. There's definitely some unique built-ins and closet features.
When you marry an Army veteran, there's a place for everything and everything in its place. So organization is his forte. So he has designed this house so that there is literally a place to put everything specifically.
Well, we agreed that when we were redoing this house, no carpet anywhere, and none of those little wire racks in the closets.
Well, it's so nice to know you guys have, recently come back into the home and you've got most of the major things done, but is there anything else that's ongoing or future projects you still have to do?
There will always be projects, but we want a wow factor here in the living room. We're going to do a custom built-in, maybe a little shiplap, but there's going to be a fireplace and floating shelves on both sides of the built-in. So those are my next two big projects, and then I'm taking a break.
Well, I trust that fireplace will do a much better job containing the fire than the other.
Let's hope so.
We checked all the specs on this.
Well, Steve and Nancy, thanks again for having us today. Again, it was a pleasure getting to see this newly constructed house here in town center of Nocatee.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Now let's take a quick look at the real estate market here in Nocatee Town Center. Single-family homes within Nocatee Town Center sold for an average of $641,000 over the past year, which is down slightly, just under 1% from the previous year when the average was $647,000, but up over 150% from a decade ago when the average was $256,000. Prices for homes in Town Center averaged just over 27% less than other single-family homes within Nocatee. However, they did appreciate at a slightly higher rate. Currently, there are 18 single-family homes for sale within Nocatee Town Center, ranging in price from $460,000 up to as high as $799,000. For updated information on these specific listings or on Nocatee's market trends, check out our website, hammondfamilygroup.com. When we come back on Property Tours, we'll visit with the Kayer family, who live in a gorgeous home within Nocatee's high-end gated community of Coastal Oaks.
How does a modern technology platform paired with expert advice really bring a robust, comprehensive, coordinated financial plan to clients?
The technology allows you to reduce the time that financial advisor is spending on back office so that they can spend that time face-to-face with their client and they get a better technology experience.
Darrell Hogan Law is a collection of lawyers that help people solve problems in areas of life they're not able to solve them themselves.
We are not individuals, we are purely a team.
Anything from
say asbestos, lung cancer cases, auto accidents, trucking accidents, bike accidents, A to Z. We have the resources to win your case and win it to such a degree that you're going to be very happy with the results.
Are you looking for the fastest, most reliable home financing? Welcome to First Coast Mortgage Funding. Our dedicated loan officers work tirelessly to secure the best deals, ensuring you move quickly into your dream home. Behind every swift closing, our expert team of processors accelerates your journey from application to approval. We offer exclusive financing incentives when buying your next home. Visit our website or give us a call to learn more. First Coast Mortgage Funding, where your homeownership dreams take flight.
We're here at the Coastal Oaks Amenity Center about to meet with the Kyer family.
Now, Coastal Oaks is very unique. It's one of the few neighborhoods in Nocatee that's not only gated, but it actually has its own dedicated amenity center.
They have a fitness room, a dedicated park, and not one, but 2 pools.
2 pools. That means the Kyer family, they have the ultimate options when it comes to pools. They have all those water park pools we just saw, 2 pools here, and as you'll see, they've got their own private screened-in pool at their house.
That is a lot of pools.
You like pools, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Tell me this, what is your all-time favorite pool game?
Probably sunbathing.
That's not a pool game.
Coastal Oaks is one of the original communities constructed in Nocatee. The community entails around 900 total residences, all built exclusively by Toll Brothers, with homes as large as over 6,000 square feet. The community is known for its convenient location, private gated access, and own dedicated amenities, including 2 pools, a fitness center, multiple parks, and more. With all its offerings, Coastal Oaks continues to be one of the most popular neighborhoods in all of Nocatee to this day. The Kyer family purchased this 2-story, 5-bedroom, 5.5-bathroom home in 2017. This home features a grand staircase entryway, open floor plan, and spectacular screened-in pool backing to a preserve. The Kyers are well connected within the community and often find their home becomes a perfect gathering spot for neighborhood kids and adults alike.
Derek and Michelle, thanks so much for being on the show with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Well, to start off, tell us a little bit about your background and what brought you guys to Northeast Florida.
Well, we've been in quite a few places. I was born and raised in Hawaii, and then we relocated to Colorado, and then my company relocated us here to Northeast Florida.
So, Nocatee itself, obviously you guys knew you were coming to Northeast Florida. Why did you end up here in Nocatee?
Well, first we looked at St. Johns County in general, just because of the school districts. We were relocating and we had a son that was going to be going into high school, and then we had our 3-year-old twins at the time, so we were looking for school districts. And then specifically when we looked in St. Johns County, our son was interested in the engineering academy, which was at Nice High School. And so then we were looking for houses in that school district. And then Coastal Oaks, I think mainly it was, man-gated, very private and safe, and then all the amenities here. So I think that,
Yeah, the golf cart community, you have the water parks, you've got the weight room, the trails, the tennis courts. It kind of felt like Coastal Oaks was its own private community inside of a community, if that makes sense.
So what drew you to this specific house then in Coastal Oaks?
Definitely the staircase.
Yes, you do have a
dual
very
staircase.
Beautiful entrance for sure.
Yes.
Yes, we like the staircase. We like that it's a one-way street. We're at the end of a cul-de-sac.
The staircase, again, getting back to it, it's just spectacular as you come in. Very grand entrance. And another cool thing I like about your house personally is you go up those staircase and then it's just, all the fun is up there. You got movie rooms, you've got the kids. Your kids have great taste in how they decorate their rooms. Your kids were so proud showing me all their different decorations and everything, and you can just tell they have a blast up there.
You've seen it on a clean day.
Well, I'm sure they even have more of a blast when it's not as clean.
Yes.
So getting back to Nocatee though,
you guys, I mean, your kids are spoiled. They've got so many great things here at the house, but then they also have all the amazing amenities in Nocatee. For you guys in particular, Michelle, what's your personal favorite amenity that you like here in Nocatee?
So I think I like the activities that they do. So sometimes we do the family bingo night. Sometimes we even do the adult bingo nights. They have comedy show nights that we like to do date nights on. And then the water parks, of course, obviously, because they've got adult fun and kid fun there. And lazy river, and it's a great time.
Well, I know you mentioned they have a pickleball tournament today going on. So do they have a lot of those kind of competition kind of things?
They do. They have a lot of fun, and they've had trivia nights. I mean, they have a lot of activities. Every month as the calendar comes up. We also have the gyms that have different, like yoga and, Pilates, all those things, yeah, that you can do too. I don't partake as much as I would like every once in a while.
Well, what about you, Derek? What's your favorite amenities?
Yeah, I think, a lot of what she said, we moved here for the kids. So, I mean, the kids, the water parks and all that stuff. I enjoy, being able to, it's about 2 miles from here to the Nocatee gym, so I can walk or run to the gym and then lift and come back. We have all the soccer fields that's real close, so when our kids play sports, we can we don't have to even get in a car. We can jump in our golf cart. We can be at the soccer fields at practice within 5-10 minutes on our golf cart. So yeah, it's just kind of we used to call it our bubble, in the Nocatee bubble, and so it's just kind of nice to have everything centralized and right there, without having to kind of leave the area. So
it's nice when you take your golf cart just to to go to Publix grocery store, drive through Starbucks on your golf cart. You don't have to even get in your car. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Are you allowed in Nocatee if you don't have a golf cart? They banish you, right?
Right? They probably should.
So for this house, tell us about the upgrades that you've done, because I know when you moved in, it looked a lot different than it does now.
Yes, we fell in love with the staircase, but not everything else. It was that yellow color that was in style in the past. Everything was very dark, so there wasn't a lot of light in here. There was, when I came to Florida, I was like, I have to have a pool. We're gonna be in Florida, I need a pool. There was no pool. It was just like a sliver of a cement thing out there with French doors going outside and just all dirt and mud. The grass in the back wasn't even upkept, so it was a lot different.
Yeah, you guys have done a great job. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
For me, when I look at a house, we look at two totally different things. I'm always about that backyard, that lot, and then I'm like, okay, she gets to do a lot of the things on the inside. I want the cool man cave, game area kind of thing. So I'm trying to decide on your house, what's my favorite. I love the pool with the fire and the hot tubs and everything, but then also you got this spectacular kind of movie/game room upstairs. It's just so much fun, and I'm like, man, we just need to just take their house, I think.
Well, that was Derek, because in Colorado you've got the man cave, you've got the basements, and there's no basements in Florida, so he had to have that, that man cave upstairs.
Tried to recreate it upstairs, so.
Yeah, he did that himself.
Well, your kids, they were telling me, our favorite, we've got our board games here, we've got the mini golf, we got the big screen, we got the pool. I mean, I just can imagine they're not bored very often around here.
They're not entitled at all, right?
And they're twins, so they play with each other and keep each other entertained. So that's definitely nice.
Long term, what are you guys kind of thinking long term for the home, or any upcoming projects you still want to do? I mean, you guys have done so many cool things already with the house, but is there anything more that still is yet to be done?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is the floors. We would like to change the floors out and keep it consistent with wood floors all throughout, not with the tile versus and then cuts off with the.
And I think maybe the garage need to kind of organize that and kind of declutter a little bit, but I think we're getting there.
Maybe get rid of a car or two.
I think the projects is kind of relax a little bit.
Well, I don't think you need to do much, if anything more. This house is just beautiful. So, thanks again, Derek and Michelle, so much for having us on today. We've really enjoyed our time getting to hang out with you guys.
Yeah, well,
thank you.
Appreciate it.
Now let's take a quick look at the real estate market in Coastal Oaks. Single-family homes within Coastal Oaks sold for an average of $1.2 million over the past year, which is up about 11% from the previous year when the average was $1.08 million. and up over 98% from a decade ago when the average was $514,000. Prices for homes within Coastal Oaks averaged about 16% more than other homes within Nocatee. However, they did appreciate at a lesser rate. Currently, there are 15 single-family homes for sale within Coastal Oaks, ranging in price from $860,000 up to as high as $1.62 million. For updated information on these specific listings or on Nocatee's market trends, check out our website, hammondfamilygroup.com. Thanks for exploring Nocatee with us today. You can rewatch this or any of our episodes from Season 1 on our website, hammondfamilygroup.com. You know, before Alyssa met me, one of the things that attracted to her was a picture she saw of me on a boat fishing, and she was like, I gotta have that fisherman. Is that right? You gotta watch out for that balcony, because as she gets older, there could be boys come calling. You know, we started dating, Alyssa would come sing songs to me, and I was like, okay, who is this woman? I almost died on a jet ski one time. Did you know that?
Yes.
You want to hear the story?
No.
Which son caught the Megalodon? Could not get her to hustle. It was the darndest thing.
Okay, it was like
we have never
100
played
degrees.
since.
I'm like, I'm not going to chase that ball.
And I've since fired her from tennis.
Oh, no. Right,
He's always telling me how, you know, you kind of smell today. Maybe 3 shower heads. Okay. I never even complimented that just outstanding fish shirt. Let me win.
3, 2, 1, go.
What has been our toughest renovation to date?
Definitely you.